Hey, I'm Mark with the Ovalrcteam, and this is part 2, how to build the GFRP Assault Sprint Car Kit. Today I'm going to show you how to put together the roll cage and the body. GFRP does not provide directions to put the cage together. It should be self-explanatory, so we're going to open up the bag and get started on the cage. Alright guys, well I'm about to make your life a lot easier because I'm going to show you how to put together this roll cage. We've got a bunch of roll cage parts here, some body panels, we got a bunch of bolts, and we got no instructions. I want you to lay your bolts out just like this here because it'll be easier to tell what bolts you need where. So countersunk screws will go in countersunk holes. Flat-headed bolts will go up against flat parts. The longer bolts will go through the roll cage, and we got some specialty bolts back here, along with these discs, some pins, and we have this stud right here. The stud will go in the rear bumper, and I'll show you how that goes now. So to start off with, we have this stud. This is going to go right in the rear bumper just like this. You're going to screw it about halfway into the rear bumper. Then you're going to take the other half of the bumper, and we're going to screw that together. Till it looks just like that. In our pile of bolts, you'll have 2 different size flathead screws. You're going to use 4 of the smaller ones for the rear bumper. And you can see I used the middle mounting hole in both sides. Next we'll mount up the front of the roll cage, and we'll use these 2 pieces right here. And you'll see 3 different size countersunk screws. We're going to use the smallest ones, and it'll take 4 screws. With the car upside down, we can hold the front part of the roll cage just like that, insert the 2 screws, and tighten them down. Now that we finished up mounting the front of the roll cage, we only have 2 different size countersunk screws left. Now we'll use 4 medium-sized countersunk screws to tighten down both sides of the roll cage. These are both the same, it doesn't matter what side they go on. Line up the holes and we'll tighten it down just like that. After you have both sides of the cage mounted, it'll look just like that. Now we'll install the upper part of the roll cage in between both sides. And you're going to use 1 medium-sized countersunk screw on each side. Now we'll fasten the top rear part of the roll cage using the 2 medium-sized countersunk screws. And we'll do the same on the other side. Next we'll insert the 2 long socket head screws, and they're going to go right in this hole on each side. And you'll notice that those 2 socket head screws had a hole going right through them, so you can insert a body clip. Next we'll use these 2 long countersunk screws and these round discs. And we'll screw it fast to the front hole in the top part of the roll cage. And we'll do the same on the other side. Next we'll be mounting rub rails on each side. You can either mount them forward or back. We'll be mounting ours in the forward holes, and we'll be using these flat-headed bolts. Alright, we got 4 flathead bolts left, and we got our front bumper to install yet, and that will take 4 bolts. This is not the fastest way to build this car, I realize that, but we didn't have any instructions, so just like building a puzzle, we had to get rid of some pieces first. Before we can install the front bumper, we'll install the front bodywork. This is the next piece we'll be installing on the car. This is the front nose piece, but first we have to cut it out. You will see the cut line going around the front nose piece right here. I'll be using a curved pair of scissors to cut that out. I did watch another video where the guy said to leave a little extra hang down on the front, and we will be doing that. I'll be using the Dubro curved scissors to cut out my body. If you don't have a pair of curved scissors to cut out a body, I suggest you go get them online or at Walmart. There you go guys, this nose piece looks pretty nice. It's going to take very little cleanup. If you don't have yourself a pair of curved scissors, run out and get yourself a pair right now. Don't try to cut this body with a regular pair of scissors. Now you want to clean up these edges right here, right where it sits down on the roll cage. Next you're going to hold the nose piece tight against the roll cage on the top and on the front, making sure it's even with the bottom of the chassis right at the cut line. And then you want to mark the holes on the outside up front, holes on the inside up front on both sides. And then you're just going to mark the outside on this top hole here on each side. And these are the holes that we marked. We got one up top here and two down below here, same on the other side. And if you have a body hole reamer just like this one here, it makes the job real easy. You don't even need a drill. Since this is the first time I'm mounting up a sprint car body, I drilled the two holes. I inserted a bolt here and here. That way I can double check the rest of my holes before I drill them. I found that after you have these 4 bolts in place right here, it's going to make it real easy for you to go ahead and drill all the way through right there, there, here, and here. These bolts here, you don't drill all the way through. After you have the 4 holes drilled all the way through, then you can install the front bumper. Then you can tighten up the other 2 bolts. And when you're all done, it should look like this. Next, we'll go right along the cut lines and cut out our tail tank. Got the tail tank all cut out, ready to mount it on the car. And you may need to grind out some areas in order for it to fit. Then you'll set the tail section in place, line it up with the post, and mark it. Now we can go ahead and cut out the side panel. Just follow the cut line right around the side panel. It looks like it even includes a little raised area right down here at the bottom of the side panel. Now you guys can see that rolled edge that I was talking about along the bottom of the side panel. I think they want you to keep that in there to keep the panel from bending and give it a little bit of strength. Looks like this side panel isn't supposed to be totally flat because it even goes in a little bit right around the cage right here. Be careful with your cuts because I noticed the cut edge wasn't quite as defined right around this corner right here on this side. The next body panel I'm going to cut out is the hood. It looks like it'll go right along the cut lines just like that. And you have to be careful because there is another panel right up here. Now we'll fit our hood and our side panels first. We have to remove this bolt right here and this one here. We also have to take off the rub rail. And we'll slide it right in between the frame and the shock tower and set it right on the side just like that. Okay, this looks like it's going to be a little tricky, but if you do things like I'm doing it right here, I think you'll be just fine. Set the chassis on a flat table just like that, and then you can stand the body panel up just the way we have it here. Now what I think is important is you follow this rolled edge of the roll cage with this side panel. The side panel has a rolled edge also if you cut along the cut lines, and it fits really nice right against the roll cage just like that. So I think that's going to be the important part right there. You want to make sure that you have that lined up. And then up front here, I have the very front of the side panel going about halfway up the roll cage in the front. So we're going to drill this hole back here first. We got the hole drilled in the side panel. We got our bolt in place. You can see it matches really nice with the side of the roll cage there. If we hold the hood up in the front, you can see the side looks really good too. Next, we want to hold down on this body panel like that. And then we want to mark the holes for our rub rails and drill those. Now that we have 2 bolts in place, we have this one here up on top of the cage, this one here for our rub rail. Now we can drill this one here. We didn't do anything with the hood yet, we just have it sitting in place. Now we're going to remove this bolt here and remove the rub rail. And you will need to remove this panel again to get to the rub rail. This side here, just like the other side, you see we need to trim around the axle and around the A-arm. Also need to remove this bolt up here, and we will need to remove this one here on this side. Alright, now what you want to pay attention to on the right side panel, the right side panel has a rolled edge just like the left side did. Make sure that rolled edge just sticks barely above the top and the back of the roll cage and fits really nice, just like that. And you'll notice that the bottom edge sits really nice and flat on the table too. You'll hold that in place and mark the rear hole just like we did on the other side. Now you want to make sure that the front of the side panel on the top is sitting about halfway up the roll cage just like the other side, and we want to mark this front hole. After you have that figured out, then you can drill this hole right up top here in the front. And we can put this bolt back into place, depending on where you're going to put your rub rail, and then we can mark the rub rail hole. I'm putting mine in the forward location. And now we can mark and drill the other hole for the rub rail. And we can put the rub rails back on the car. And we'll put the other side panel on. And you will need a regular Allen wrench to get down inside to tighten up the rub rail. Now we're ready to set our hood down in place and see how it all lines up. Laying inside there, setting on the cage, it looks pretty good. It's kind of hard to see, but while you're holding up the front of the hood, pushing down on the back of the hood, the side panel should line up really nice with the top of the hood. We're going to mark this hole right here first. Along with the kit, you will get a bag of nuts and body bolts. Then we'll go ahead and tighten up the screw and the nut. Then we'll line up the other side the same way. We'll mark the hole and drill the hole. After you have the body screws in on both sides and the body lines match up really nice, you can hold up on the front of the hood and mark and drill the other two holes. Alright, I have all the holes drilled and I have all the body bolts on both sides. I do have a little bit of a gap right here in the front. I tried to hold up on the front so I didn't have that, but that is what it is, I guess. It does look really nice and lined up on both sides, and I think the body looks pretty good. Alright, well, I know this might be a beginner tutorial here because we're drilling one bolt hole at a time, but this way here, if you mess up, you always have the next hole to correct yourself, and I find it easier to do things this way. If you drill all the holes at one time, then you risk wrecking the body or having a bunch of holes that you don't want. So it's just the way I like doing things. I know there's a faster way to mount the body, but this should be a good way to learn how to do it the right way the first time. Alright, next up we'll be cutting out the top wing. We'll just go right along the cut lines just like that. And you have to be careful because there's another piece right up front. And we'll go along the cut lines and cut this piece out here. This will actually go underneath the wing and we'll show you that later. And that piece will look just like that. While you're cutting out the top wing, this back line right here is your cut line. And the piece we cut out earlier will fit right in the front just like that if you decide to use it. Next we'll follow along the cut line and cut out the front wing. Be careful because there is two sides. They will mount right on the side of the front wing. Got the two sides cut out, now we're ready to cut out the front wing. This is what our front wing looks like after it's all cut out. Now we have the side panels that go on the main wing on top of the car and the braces. Main thing is to have patience, guys. I know it seems like it takes forever to cut this stuff out, but just take your time, take a little bit at a time. Panels on the side of the wing will be two different sizes, and this is what the big one looks like. And there we have the two side wing panels cut out. You can see we have the larger one and the smaller one. When I got done cutting out the final parts, I got to tell you guys, I was pretty happy because that was a pretty big job cutting all that stuff out. Next, I'm going to assemble the top wing, and they already have marks where you can drill the holes, so I'll be drilling them out, and we'll be assembling the left side wing just like that. And just like we did the rest of the body, you only want to do one hole at a time because the marks don't really line up that good. This is what it looks like if you're standing in front of the car. And this is what it'll look like if you're standing behind the car. And yes, the left side will be higher than the right side. It'll also have this rolled edge right here that'll be facing toward the right side of the car. The right panel also has a rolled edge. That'll be facing toward the right side of the car. And that's so when the car is going around the corner like this, it catches the air like that and puts pressure and weight down on the left side. Next, we have these two wing mounts that'll bolt fast to the car, and we have to bend the tabs so they fit right up against the wing. All right, you'll notice that the wing is curved. It's not flat, so in order for this to lay nice and flat, when you bend over the tabs, there's a notch right here in the side of this tab with the one hole. Going to line that up just like that, and then bend it over. This side here, we're just going to line up like that and bend that over. Be careful not to break off these tabs. This wing mount will be on the right side of the car. And you'll be bending the tabs toward the outside of the car. Pre-marked spots that they had in the wing actually lined up pretty good, and I had no problems mounting the wing mount. You'll find if you use your hole reamer on both sides of the hole, it actually cleans up the plastic really nice. Got both wing mounts on the wing and it looks pretty good. Next, we'll mount the wing braces and they'll look something like that. That's what our wing looks like with the two wing mount braces on there. I'm not sure if the other two are going to go up in here or not, but I'm just going to put the two on for now. Now we're going to mount the wing on top of the car and see what it looks like. You'll have to remove the bolts in the front, but the back ones will stay there because you'll use the pins to hold the mount in place. Our sprint car is really starting to take shape, and now you guys can see what it looks like. All right, next we got the front wing mount, and we have to bend the mount first. So we'll bend it right here at these tabs, bend it down like that. And we got these three holes right here. That'll be the rear of the mount. This hole right here will be the front. Got three holes on the other side, and we'll need to bend the other side too. And we'll mount the bracket on the car. That'll make it easier for us to mount the front wing. Next, we're going to mount the front wing. You'll notice it has like a teardrop shape right here. The rounded part will go toward the front, and the sharp part here will go toward the rear. Mounting the wing is really up to you. You can mount it toward the front, toward the middle. We're probably going to mount it somewhere right here because we do have adjustments up and down if we need it. All right, well, you guys can see I have the front wing centered up on the front of the car, and both the wings are facing to the right just like they should be, and both the side wings are the same height. I don't have them offset. I got plenty of adjustability on the front wing, and it should be just fine. This is what the car looks like with the roll cage all put together and the bodywork on. Now we just need to add some paint, put some electronics inside the car, and we'll be all ready to go. So keep watching the Ovalrc because next time we're going to install the motor, the ESC, the electronic speed controller, and all the electronics needed inside the car. Put some paint on the car so you'll see what it looks like all finished. I'm Mark with the Ovalrc. We'll see you next time.